Oh, oh, oh. All right. All right. Nice. What's up, brother? We got my spirit animal and my twin brother. Let's see what picture you used. Nice. It's a good profile. I like it. Classy. Wiener, you got it. That's right. I feel special. What's up, baby? Yeah, I always warm up with the barbell. Just get a good stretch. Get everything moving. See if anything's clicking. Oh, man, I'm dragging ass today. We got everything. We're doing a construction project in the backyard. We're expanding the chicken coop another 24 feet because the bird flu is going around, and we want to prepare to make sure that no pigeons can get in there. Charlie's going chess tonight, not playing any games. That's right. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, oh no, sweet, we got another one. Let's check this one out. Go to channel. That one's not as good, but I'll live with it. Still a good looking fella. What can I tell you? What's more helpful to increase power, pull or pushing? Well, increase power like for what? I generally try to be able to pull as much as I can push. If you can bench 400, you should be able to row 400. Try to keep that as close as possible. When you're doing for the sport of powerlifting, a big sticking point for a lot of people is the command to press off the chest. And essentially, you'll lower the bar to your chest, and the referee won't give you the command until the bar is completely stable. So you're down there as long as you're unstable. So you can shorten the command with a nice, slow eccentric, and then he'll give you, your command will be short. But if you're one of those guys, you're wobbling a little bit, you'll be stuck there for a couple seconds. It seems like an eternity. So being able to, if your lats are strong, you can mitigate. You can use your lats to rest. You can actually train yourself to use your lats for the eccentric, which saves all of your strength for pushing. It's really hard to explain. It's one of those things where you can explain it to somebody, but until it clicks, it's like leg drive. You can explain leg drive 1,000 times, but until a person experiences leg drive, it's one of those weird things that it'll click one day, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's what they mean. Steven Sullivan, what's up? Good evening. Oh yeah, man. I'm dragging ass today. Ugh. I'm supposed to see. This is the last conditioning day, so I need to hit 270 for 10, 290 for 8, and 305 for a minimum of 6 reps. And then tomorrow I have to bench again, and I have to hit 295 for max reps. So two bench days in a row. Damn. And then week 3 it kind of moves into more of a, it's called a linear max OT phase. So that looks like reps of 4 to 6. The weights go up. So I'll be squatting with about 530, deadlifting with 570 for triples, 3 to 6 reps. Bench press goes up. We're gonna get up into the mid 300s. And the days shorten, so I only have let's see, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So I only have 4 days next week. Week 4, heavyweight acclimation. So the reps go down, the weight goes up. And then week 5 is where you make your money. If I make my schedule, I'm supposed to hit for squats on the 5th week 600 for a set of 4. And they all have to be to depth. They got to be competition standard. Guess we'll find out. Smooch Mondel Slob. Smooch Mondel Slob. Going downhill, falling off quick. I'll tell you, man, every day, I sometimes wonder if I'm getting too old for this shit. I like your profile picture. Is that Mendelsohn? Oh, man, that's when Mendelsohn tore his pec. Wasn't he attempting like 1,100 pounds or something like that? Some crazy amount. We're doing squats today, John. No, bench press. Liam, thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, man. All right. Let's get some warm-ups going. My knees are screaming at me, man. I think I'm going to have to put a pause on the Muay Thai training until the competition's over. Or maybe like just keep it till, I got to slow down because I'm doing 2 workouts a day and it's killing me. All right. Milo, what's up? Best hobby for a man is to lift some heavy shit. Clears the mind. It does. No matter what's going on in my life, when I'm under the barbell, nothing really matters. Do you ever take days off from working out? Or are you 7 days a week? The monk. Yes and no. So, I only lift heavy on certain scheduled days. And the other days, like if I'm doing like a bag practice or I do Muay Thai, we go to the gym and do martial arts. I don't really consider those training days because they're not very taxing. More like cardio, you know. So I guess on off days, I generally try to do something. But you know, I'll stay away from anything that's going to impact recovery for the heavy lifts. Real men workout in jeans. You know what? We just got back from Home Depot. We bought a lot of lumber, and I just didn't feel like changing. I'm just whatever, you know. Just threw a tank top on. Body beatdown. What's up? We got a good crowd tonight so far. I feel special. I got my own trolls dedicated to me. What's up, Ian? What weight is that? That's only 225 on there right now. I'm still warming up. Having flooding and tornadoes here. Damn. Yeah, we had some wind that came through last night, and my backyard was destroyed. All my fences were knocked down. My umbrellas were all blown over. It was just, oh my God, it was horrible. So we spent the most of the day repairing all that crap. Thank you, baby. I love you. We've had a pretty good couple days. I'd rather just be in bed with you. Tornado warnings, couple seen around our area. Don't want to be misleading and make anyone think we had F5s roll through. Well, I lived in Tornado Alley, so I remember growing up and having, you know, we had a basement and shelter. Did you see Sam Sulik's amateur debut? I didn't know. I mean, I've seen like clips of it. Looks like he did pretty good to me. High energy ape. Hope you are having a good workout. I just started. Just started, Donnie. And man, I don't know, I had to kick my ass to do it too. You're in the middle of a blizzard. Where do you live at, Steven? Yeah, I'm having an off day. Just weird energy. Yeah, that's a cool name. Bedtime for me, man. Oh wow, you're up in Massachusetts. Holy crap. Yeah, this is my second warm-up set. I usually just throw a plate on at a time and just work my way up to my first working weight. So it calls for 270. Make sure I got the weight right on there. Yeah, 270. West Tennessee. Yeah. I was out there. I lived out there for a little while. Spent some time in the panhandle of West Virginia. Murphy, natural at one time. Well, yeah. 40, 45. 46 is when I went on. You ever get sleep paralysis? Goodyear Bear. Um, happened to me once when I was back in the day when I wasn't living very clean. How much test dosage a week? 200. But I take more than test. Oh, man. Great, buddy. At least you are honest. Murphy. No, I make a. You guys check my channel out. I've done tons of videos on my thoughts on the use of PEDs, me natural versus me now. Just conversations in general. I'm trying to expand the discussion past evil or good. You know, just the low resolution, retarded conversations that I hear online are just so stupid. And if anything, my wife and I are trying to introduce a little bit of biology to the subject because you don't want to. I don't know. Nothing's good or bad. It's all in intent and what you're doing with it. And that's not to say anything. Just had a sausage on a bun and a pork chop. Nice. We were just talking about that. We got some Italian sausages we want to fry up. Started working out a little more consistently with just little stuff. I know it's pretty solid progress already. Is you natural? I am artificially flavored. Wow, man. Is that all you guys want to talk about? That sucks. Is this what the world has come to? Well, I appreciate that. My abductors are still sore from my. Oh, dude, you did a sick leg workout. I was watching you. I was driving. I couldn't respond the way I wanted to, but you were doing these crazy huge sets of low weight, high rep squats. This is talking about judging a fart wrong. Can you get big without tracking your food? I don't really track my. Well, that's not true. I do track. I do kind of watch the calories. I think it's the lighting. I'm really not that big. I only weigh 220. Nothing wrong with running tests. Well, I run DHB with it. You did 121 total reps. Holy crap! I wish. Yeah, you guys should have seen this man. He was going nuts. I'll let Christina answer for herself. Do you have testicular atrophy? I couldn't tell you, but I'm 50, so I'm not really that worried about it. I don't need any more little Charlies coming running around this world. I got my two beautiful kids. We're good. We're good with that. I lift for arm wrestling. Great sport for any age. Arm wrestling's cool. I used to train with some of those guys. As long as you eat enough protein and work out to failure or close, you're gonna get bigger for sure. Honestly, with the discussion of most modern diets, which is generally low carb, high protein, I think a lot of guys are cutting themselves short by limiting their carb intake. I do a 3-to-1 protein to carb ratio. That's good. I hope you're happy with your recovery. Oh, you're talking about 250. Is that Michael? Is that your weight? It's never fast enough. Is Nevada nicer than Illinois, Stephen? Yes. We don't have mosquitoes or fleas. It's not humid. It's oppressively hot in the summertime. I mean, it is hot. It's hot. Like, they say it's like 115 outside, but you have to think like the blacktop, the pavement. Some of the job sites we work at, we shoot. I have a temperature gun, and I'll shoot the ground sometimes, and it'll be like 140, 150 degrees. Like it's cooking. But it's a dry heat. It's you get used to it. Illinois, I couldn't do the humidity. It would I'd take a shower and feel like I needed to take a shower while I was drying off. Oh, and your towels never dry. Everything gets moldy. it's the state bird is the mosquito, and then of course the wintertime, we call it the Windy City. It gets cold. But I will say that the spring and the falls are really nice in Chicago. No carbs, no power. Amen, Murphy. Eat more Taco Bell. Traps stronger than my relationship. DNZ cool. It gets hot. You get mugged by it if you're not used to it. Like my first summer here in Nevada, I was just angry, just mad. You just don't even know why you're upset. Being in Tennessee is like that. I'm in the shower, cool shower, sweating and getting sweating. It sucks. Sounds like New England. Taco Bell is delicious. Fuel oil on it. Donnie B. Door. Closest Taco Bell is like 50 kilometers away. We have them all over the place. I don't have a problem with Taco Bell. I mean, for the most part, if you're going to eat fast food, they boil their meat. Carbs are it's pretty much you're just eating tortilla shells and it's empty calories. If you're going to eat fast food, Taco Bell's probably one of the least offensive ones you can eat. But it's not that good. I mean, we live out here where they have like real taco shops. You can just go get like a carne asada burrito or like legitimate street tacos. And Taco Bell's more expensive. Powerlifters always hate me. Why do you say that, DeAnnes? I don't hate anybody. Calisthenics are cool, man. Get in where you fit in, brother. I'll be doing calisthenics after this powerlifting meet. I'm gonna dedicate myself to like 6 solid straight months of Muay Thai training and really just see if I can get good. Like right now, I'm dipping my foot in. I'm still trying to train powerlifting and Muay Thai, and it's like they're kind of conflicting with each other as far as the principles of training. Brian Shaw's taking up arm wrestling. Yeah, I heard about that actually. Why would they boil it? It's taco meat. You never made taco meat at home? You brown the meat, and then you pour in a cup of water, and you pour in your taco seasoning, and you mix it up, and you boil it, and then you let it simmer for, I don't know, 15 minutes? You got taco meat. Well, that's the same thing Taco Bell does. Exactly the same thing. Can you make me stronger? I cannot make anybody stronger. I can show you the way, Christopher, but it's up to you to do the work. Street tacos are awesome. They're just delicious. Wet a shart. I remember when you could get high and go and get 10 tacos for $10. It's not like that anymore. Now the party packs are like, what, $15, $16? Yeah, calisthenics are awesome, man. I'll be honest with you, I don't enjoy them. They're just not fun for me. I think they're not fun for me because they're actually work. Big pieces of onions, peppers, meat, as opposed to little Taco Bell. Yeah, you get this like these little tiny flavorless tomato squares and like a handful of like shredded dry lettuce leaves. How's it going, Mikey? Doing all right. What method are you doing? Right now I'm doing the Candido 6-week strength program. You can download this program off of Lifting Vault or the app Boost Camp. And it is a condensed 12-week powerlifting program condensed into 6 weeks for psychos. this is one of the hardest 6 weeks of your life if you really do this program honestly. You fill in your max rep numbers for squats, bench, deadlift, and whatever other accessories you choose to use, and then it lays out a 6 week program that's super intense, and it starts out with a crazy high amount of volume, and then I don't know how to describe it except for it's designed to shock you into PRing on your 6 week should be competition day. I've run this. This will be the third time I'm running this program, and I've had a lot of success with it. But it's not something you want to. I wouldn't do it twice in a row. Let's put it that way. It's way too much volume and intensity. But it's good for like once a year, you know. And my bad. Just read the bio. Yeah. Hey, at least somebody finally saw the pimp comment. Thank you, Big Pimp Magic. Half of Taco Bell's meat is oatmeal. I don't know about that. Wouldn't surprise me though. What meth are you doing? Crystal. We were just talking about that. The Candido 6 week strength program. No disrespect. You can't take anything to look like you. Have to put the work in, Murphy. Yeah, well, honestly, like if you go check out my I made a video of natural me versus me now. It's on my I think I have a playlist called discussions, and I have a couple playlists, and one of them's like discussions, and one of them is natty me versus natural me versus me now, and you could get a reasonable comparison of what I looked like before I went on. And I was the same weight. I was still 220. I'm still powerlifting. I was a national record holding tested lifter. And then at the age of 46, I went on, and you're no longer allowed to compete in the tested division. What's the point I'm trying to make? I mean, I like my shoulders look, I'm a lot more lean, cut up. I would say that I have a lower body fat percentage, so I probably have more lean mass. But I had a decent physique at 220 as a natural, and a lot of guys claim, they accuse me of being on stuff then. Let's see, you worked at Taco Bell. Nice. J204, what's going on? Doing hack squats, golly. Beer tacos. Did you change your diet? No. Well, my diet's really simple. Yeah, I mean, we eat out a couple nights a week. We like to go to like noodle restaurants like ramen noodle or udon. A lot of Mexican food, but for most nights it's just I eat like the same thing every night. Lots of eggs. I'm hoping to forge bear-proof armor and some sort of brass Excalibur in a log cabin in the woods. Nice. How God intended. Do you do lots of running? No, but I do Muay Thai training. So when we like 3 nights a week, we go to they make us do a lot of calisthenics, jump rope, jumping jacks, mountain climbers, push-ups, sit-ups. Not a lot of running, but they do a lot of like timed bag work where, like, say they'll set a timer for 2 rounds and you have to kick the bag in pyramids. So man, by the time you're done with that, if you put an honest effort into it, that you're pretty winded. Watch here. Is joining the military when Trump is planning to cut VA benefits and government funding worth it? Considering I want to use GI Bill for education, I don't know anymore if that's an option. I would wait to see how that plays out. I think what it is they're taking a lot of his intention and they're doing a lot of fear mongering, because I've been watching like what CNN and MSNBC and the mainstream media is doing, and they're intentionally using rhetoric and misquoting and misinterpreting him to create dissension. And I would say that, like, Um, I just don't. If anything, they want to take care of the veterans. That's the sentiment I got from them. But there's a lot of waste in the VA, and they definitely want to clean that up for sure. I mean, it's a government bureaucracy like anything else. I mean, hell, you could you could die waiting in line at some of the VAs that I've been to, and could that be improved? But I don't think he's going to slash like benefits or pensions that are being paid to veterans. Uh, what is your best PR on squat? All time, 680 pounds. Recently, 650. No, I don't think he's going to cut education. No, I don't think he's going to cut veterans benefits. But there's yeah, it'd be interesting. If anything, our military needs good people, and I see that what I see him doing is increasing the incentives to get good people to join the military, like signing bonuses, that kind of thing. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's too early to tell. Yeah, on record in competition, my best squat last year was 620. I, I I bombed my third attempt, so I wasn't able to get the number I wanted, but I still got 620. That was pretty good. Man, so when I made the attempt too, I had it. I was coming up and I kind of leaned forward and I took a stutter step, but I was able to complete the squat. So I had the strength to do it, but I came out of the groove, and you can't move your feet. Like if your foot moves, the squat doesn't count. So that kind of. So I have it on video too. Where are the kids hanging out? They're inside right now. They're destroying our house. If they knew I was streaming, they'd probably be out here. I'm half tempted to go get them, but they're kind of wound up tonight. I've seen a powerlifter squat 710 at the gym last week. I racked my weights and left. Cephas, you guys, I don't know if you know the powerlifter Cephas, Richard Canfield. He's squatting, I want to say 735 with wraps. Thanks, Murphy. Yeah, I try to be open about stuff. The only thing, my only hesitation about openly talking about steroids is that YouTube has a policy against it. I got a video feed cut off, and I got suspended for 24 hours because I had all my gear on, like range gear. I had my shotgun, and I had my Ruger P94 in my duty belt. And I just thought it was cool. I was on camera, and I just wanted to show off my VR60. It's a semi-automatic AR-12 style shotgun, and I love it. It's a fun toy I have. And I just thought it would be cool to show off. And the second I showed my P94, the video cuts off. I'm like, oh, so you're not allowed to handle firearms on live streams. Now, I've done plenty of videos with us going to the range and shooting and all that stuff. So I thought you could do that. I didn't. I went back and read the fine print, and right there in black and white it says you're not allowed to. I didn't know that, but when they also have rules for talking about PEDs. You're not supposed to advocate the use for them. Obviously, you can't say you're selling them or whatever. And they'll give you a strike for that. You have the VR80. That's the one I want. That one's pretty bitchin'. Would you use sandbags for training? Yeah, because they and you should do a lot of transverse plane training. You ever notice how stiff powerlifters are sometimes, including me? I've noticed in the videos that sometimes I'm walking around pretty stiff. That's you could fix that with transverse plane training. It works the mobility. You happy Republicans flipped Nevada for the first time in a while? Yeah, big time. Well, thank you, myself. You got a 30-06 Savage Axis bolt action. I had I didn't have a Savage. It was a Remington 700, and it was kitted to look like a an M40A1, and I sold it. I wish I wouldn't have. My wife's got a 30 six lever action Marlin. What other long rifles do we have? I got rid of them. Oh, we got an M1 Garand. We got. Well, they're all yelling in there, man. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, YouTube will cut you right off too if you cross the line. Hey boy, how old are you myself? I'm sure I'm older than you are. I have a question. What's your workout routine every day, boy? Well, I like to start with your mom, and after I give her a good tussle, once I got a sweat going, and I try to beat the dog over the fence so I can claim to be your daddy. That's a Roddy barking. No, we got this big ass. He's huge. He's a mix. He's a like Saint Bernard mixed with a Great Pyrenees, and he looks like he's got some Irish Wolfhound in him. Big boy. You have any single shot shotguns? We have pump action. My wife has a Benelli Nova. How many days do you have to lift the Candino program? Start with your mom, Mikey. Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 3 weeks of training, and then a deload. This is my last day of week 2. Actually, tomorrow is. I got 2 bench days in a row. Jeez. Hey, boy, don't disrespect my mom, please. You need to be a good boy now. I just asked a question, son. Yeah, I miss your mom, man. You slap that ass and just watch it jiggle. It's like watching the ocean at sunset. You know, it's calming. It's got like a, what's the effect I got? The ASMR kind of thing. Yeah. On that note, oh yeah. Do you read a lot of books? I've read a lot of books. Recently, I finished the Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and I was reading. Oh, what was that one? Where did that one go? I can't remember the name of it. Pull it out later. So it's like a libertarian. It's like the history of the Articles of Confederation, but I can't remember the name of it. Why can't you be a good boy? I fought for this country just like you, son. Infantry, U.S. Marines. Well, asshole, if you're a jarhead, you would know that calling me boy is disrespectful. That's why. Especially since not only am I probably older than you, I'm like obviously 1,000 times stronger than you and way more capable in every metric. You're disrespecting me, so put him up. Let's see what you got. Can the dog bench press? Hell, it probably could. Stephen King, I haven't read him in a while. The last one I read was the Tommyknockers. Everybody's read it, of course. Did 4 years MCRD in Vietnam and Afghanistan. Oh, did you? Did you Google them words? Vietnam and Afghanistan. I got the bodybuilder book from Arnold. Yes, oh, everybody's got that. I got that. Oh man, where is that? Uh, I should pull that out. I have some old Tommy classic golden era or like golden era bodybuilding books by oh, who's not Sandow. Uh, actually, their his training methodology was like ahead of his time. He actually has some good programs that are relevant to today. You should write a powerlifting book. We were actually developing a methodology. It's called the Forever Method. It's got a lot of principles of HIT from like Mike Mentzer, but Mike Mentzer's was really incomplete. Like he was missing um, what to do if you plateau using HIT. And after 3 years of doing HIT style training, we were able to kind of complete the picture. Your ego's hurt because you're dealing with a real Marine. I'm a real Marine, boy, not a poser. You're a circle with an M in it. Yeah. I've never met you, and I just already know that, like, there's no way you measure up. And I can tell that because your jokes are stupid. They're not even funny. I'm trying to work with them. I'm trying to make something of your dumb comments so that we can all have a laugh. But you're not giving me much to work with. And I'm 2 times smaller than you. That's something my 12-year-old would say. The only way you're more swole than me is if you're suffering from edema because you have diabetes and you're about to die. You're like a whale on a beach that's festering. Just like your mom. Huh. Why did you first choose the Marines over the other branches? You want to know? It's because they have the coolest uniform, and that is not a lie. Major. I'm surprised Broken Reed. That's actually a good one. Suave. This guy's a clown. Vietnam and Afghanistan. Yeah, come on, man. As soon as he said that, we all know he's joking around. Hope you're doing okay. Good to see you. Thanks, Suave. The book is way better than the movie. Which one? I love the book. There's so much more detail in his books. Oh, you're talking about Stephen King. What do you think about the newer Space Force branch? I think it's awesome. I really do. OG Boo Dirty, what's up? Please don't make fun of me, boy. I'm trying to show you respect because you're a fellow Marine. No, you're not. I'll tell you what. I won't go there. That probably would get me banned. He's obviously not a Marine. Cujo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So the movie, that's one where the book was. The book and the movie were like not even close. But I think that had to do with limitations of special effects and directorial. Like I don't know. It just they didn't have a big budget for that movie either. What was another one of his movies that didn't really marry up to the writing? Well, I didn't think the movie was great, but I don't think it married up to the book very well. Hoorah! No, there's 0% chance of that. If he was a jarhead, he would know that calling someone boy is fighting words. I really don't care, John. To me, it's just I'm trying to make a laugh out of it so that everybody can have fun. He's not giving me much to work with. You OG Boo Dirty. If multiple people do it, maybe they will investigate him. I don't know. I was hoping he would come up with something clever so that we could all have a laugh. The trolls are us brigade on your channel. They're not though. They're these guys. Like you guys know that I like trolls that say funny stuff so that we can spar a little, and then we'll all laugh and it's funny, right? But when he's like, "I'm more small than you," like what? Okay, next. You get the hook and just get him off stage. I started Calisthenics Challenge and I'm uploading it every day. We're to do 100 push-ups and squats every day. Nice. And you just body weight? I think claiming to be a Marine, maybe just veteran, not sure, is genuinely illegal. Well, John, I mean, anybody who says they're in Vietnam and Afghanistan, right off the bat, you just know they're, I think, trying to be funny. I would hope. Don Shipley. Yeah. Christine is another good book. Oh, Christine, man, that was, yeah. Most of his books are better. Even Dark Tower, that was the one. Abele 10. Hola. Let's see. I'm going to do this set here, man. I'm going to have to warm up again. Give me a second, guys. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Had to run to the little boys' room. That last rep, I was like, uh-oh. My wife was telling me about the comments while I was on the turlet. They did things you couldn't imagine in your worst nightmare. But being strong mentally and physically, I made it out alive when a platoon came and saved me. His name was John, but they called him Rambo. Yeah. This is how pedestrians treat vets nowadays. Show a little respect for vets like me and this man streaming. Come on, guys. You guys know he's trying to get a reaction. Obviously, you couldn't have possibly served in Vietnam and Afghanistan unless you were fighting with the Russians. Rockman, hell yeah. We got another serious OG lifter right here. What time are you going on live tomorrow? That's going to depend because we got to build a chicken coop. Assuming I can get that sucker done and it doesn't kill me. The real Rambo. No, the real Rambo saved myself as a POW. He rescued him. Yeah, I'm doing the Candido again. I'm not very smart. I just want what worked last time. It did work. I had great numbers. I got sick at the meet. I was dehydrated and I was cramping. But I had the numbers. Hit. What's up, Brandon? Minus 45? Holy crap. Brother, you have to believe me. I have nothing to say bad about you. Oh, so you're not calling me boy anymore. But that's not how we spell hoorah. All right, I'll give you. Let's just see where this goes here. Myself, so to clear things up. What years did you serve in Afghanistan, and what years did you serve in Vietnam? When you were in the Marines, did you participate in flag retirement ceremony? Yeah, a couple of them. No. Yes. I need to make sure that wasn't the Boy Scouts. We do a lot of those with my son does them with the Boy Scouts. Was in the Corps when we did that one? Yeah, they did. They took the flag down from the battalion and they retired that one. Are the Marines better than the Army? Oh, yes. Of course we are. And even if we're not, we are. Where is Manitoba? Oh. Watch out for the boys out leader. Little boys' room. Damn. Canada's the second largest landmass on the planet. It's big. It's big. When did you retire? 2003. Afghanistan, 2005. Vietnam, 1967 to 1973. Okay, you can see why that doesn't make a lot of sense, right? You're like a chihuahua on steroids. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that. Chihuahua on steroids. That's a new insult. Don't know where these North Dakota or Minnesota are either. It's the same. I'm going to bed. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you, Jay. I appreciate it. Make them weights club. What's my next set? Hold on here. Let me pull it up. Still got a couple minutes. 290. So you just need to add 20 pounds. Break the wrist wraps out for this one. Wonder Woman. Let me see, 1967, 77, 87, 97, 2000, 2005. That make you what, 7 years old in Afghanistan? I knew there were. I'll tell you what, this really did happen though. They extended the age of enlistment to 46, and I was actually sent a letter, and they offered me a $70,000 bonus to re-enlist when I was 46 years old. And I thought about it too. I was thinking about it for like more than a minute. I really got to thinking, I'm like, nah, you got a pretty good career. I don't know, man. Purple Hearts too. Everybody. John, your pedestrian is your opinion means nothing. You're lucky I fought for your rights. If it wasn't for me and this brother, you wouldn't be on YouTube. Show us true veterans respect. You're welcome for my service, assholes. Have you ever seen a fight on a job site? Oh yeah, I'm usually the guy that breaks them up. They're supposed to zero tolerance. They're supposed to like kick everybody out. You know, even if you're generally speaking, the general contractor, if you get in a fight, he won't tolerate it. He'll just throw everybody off. So normally, if I can get there first, and I'll usually talk the guys out of it. We had two guys that were ready to go at it on the 63rd floor of Resort World, and they're open to the only thing that's the edge of it was safety cables, and these guys are ready to just start beating the shit out of each other. So I got up there, and I walked in and I said, "Oh, sweet, who's committing felony assault tonight? This will be great." And they both kind of stopped and looked at me, and I was like, "Proceed." Now I was able to talk those boys out of it, and but generally speaking, if guys get in a fight and I can get to it before somebody else in management does, I will try to squash it and tell them, you know what I mean? I try to preserve jobs and relationships, but sometimes guys are... What's up, sweetheart?
Not much. I just want to see how you're doing.
I'm doing okay.
Bad comments at all?
Oh, there's some idiots in the comments, but...
I bet. It's...
There's a sergeant, colonel, major. I'm Johnny. I'm 50 now.
So what you doing today? Squats and
Bench.
Bench.
Who was it? Now, was it John Basslow? No, it was Sergeant Major. You guys didn't ask what I was in the middle of before you interrupted me.
I did.
You didn't.
Well, I asked what you were doing today.
I'm sorry that the middle of my conversation got in the way of the beginning of yours.
Sorry. What do we do if I didn't start talking?
You don't have to leave.
So we can stay? Not bother you? Okay, nice.
No, I see I lost track. Now I don't even know what the hell we're talking about. Heading to bed. See you, Mikey. Danny Wolf, what's up? Strongman, Danny Wolf. You did that in the Marines too, didn't you? Are you talking to him or me? We're all pretty stupid. Yeah, I would agree with that. I have 6 medal honors. That's me. Well, actually, you're 73 and a half. Nice. Explains why you're calling me boy. Yeah. Oh, I believe everything he's saying, Brandon. 2 Marines, 2. I know. So it was not John Bass alone. It was who's the Marine that won 2 medals of honor, and after that they changed the rule where you could only win 1. Yeah, me breaking a fight. So like I'm the guy they typically call when there's conflict. Guys, what are you doing?
What?
Get out of the garage. Come on.
Just looking.
I know, but you're playing. I don't like it when you're playing with stuff on my bench. Dan Daly, thank you, Brandon. That's him right there. What was it? Not the Banana Republic. Wow, my brain's not working. I'm a history buff, so I know this stuff. What was the name of the conflict he participated in? The Smedley Butler. But I think it was Dan Daly is where they changed the rule in Congress that you can't win more than 1 Medal of Honor, because John Bass alone was up for a 2nd medal and they wouldn't give it to him. So they gave him what, the Silver Star instead. Yeah. I saw things that corrupted my mind. It still gives me nightmares until this day. I've seen everything a human could possibly imagine. I've stared into the abyss, and the abyss stared back at me. You could lose yourself if you stare too long. Hey, Danny. Yeah, that's right, Danny. Please leave this stream and keep your opinion to yourself. You're not a soldier and never fought for this country. Myself, punch yourself in the face as hard as you can right now. You just committed the ultimate sin and you outed yourself for the fake that you are. No fucking Marine would ever refer to himself as a soldier. Choke yourself. You did it. I knew you were gonna screw up. I was just waiting for it. There's no way this man was ever a Marine. He just referred to himself as a soldier. Same reason Chesty had 5 Navy Crosses, the most decorated Marine in history. My favorite Chesty Puller quote. Well, we're surrounded. That simplifies the problem. I did jungle training in Singapore. That was pretty bitchin'. Actually, it was awful. It was cool. It was a cool experience, but I would not want to do it again. Yeah, hell yeah, I got him. Soldier, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, Steven Sullivan. Yeah, that was Delta Force, Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, CIA agent. No, there's nothing you can say, myself. There's nothing you can say. You're done. Cooked. There's no Marine that's ever existed that would use the word soldier. Daly is quoted with, "Come on, fellas, you want to live forever?" That's right. Stephen, that's offensive to Class AA operators such as myself. Steve's a jarhead. We have a 6 snowstorm, Charles, northeast seaboard. It's a nor'easter. Ian, you're not a seaman until you graduate boot camp, buddy. But you did enlist, so hats off to you. Don't put the bull before the cart. And we can fight in any direction. That's right. Pick this random live on YouTube to tell someone I relapsed. Oh, wait, what do we got here? D Wavy. Pick this random live on YouTube to tell someone I relapsed today after 7 months. Very disappointed in myself. Just need to get that out. So upset. So I'm in recovery, D, and I've been sober since 2013, and I relapsed 13 times in 3 years. Went to every single detox in Las Vegas. My wife can attest to that, and she's one of the moderators on this stream. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Only a drug addict or an alcoholic would, if you get a flat tire, would knife the other 4 tires. So what do we tend to do when we relapse? We say, fuck it, and just go ham, right? Or you could say, hey, you put 7 months of sobriety together. That's pretty damn good. Keep trying. Go back. Start over. It's okay. And it sucks, but dude, you think about it. You got to change your perspective. Like you didn't screw everything up. You did good, and now you hit a bump in the road. But you got to keep trying, man. It's just like any other thing. It's like weightlifting. It's just like any other training. You're getting better at something. You're getting better at being sober, but nobody's perfect at it. So I genuinely hope that you stay the course. And if you want to talk about it, hit me up on Instagram. If you go to my page, and the first thing right on there is an Instagram link, and we can have a discussion about it. I hate to see you fall off the wagon and go down the wrong path. There's 2 directions you can go in. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now. You still have a choice. Sometimes you might need to call for help, though, and that I understand. And my heart goes out to you, and we're pulling for you. Believe me. All right. Fighting with the homie. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. I went in the military because I was homeless. Like, this sucks. I wish I could say it was something altruistic like patriotism or that came later, but at the time I just thought they got the coolest uniforms. I'm not wearing that shit. What were you addicted to? Good Lord, what was I not addicted to? I did a lot of drugs, let's just say, and then when I stopped that, I continued to drink, thinking that was okay, and that was for a while, and then that got bad. That got bad, really bad. I got stories. But the thing is when they told me when I first went to rehab, they said that there's an 80% recidivism rate, which means 80% of people relapse. And they make it sound so awful, like it's hopeless. I'm like, I'm doomed. I'm gonna be part of that 80%, and I was. But what they didn't say is the percentage of success for the people that go back to rehab after they relapse is much higher. So the real message should be not that 80% of people that get sober are going to relapse. The message should be, keep trying. You'll get it. If you want to quit, you will. Thank you, man. I know we always say it's only one time and never mean it, but this time I didn't do anything but just bring me down. Generally not going back. Completely realized now I didn't need it. Bro, I mean, when I relapsed, I swung for the fences. Let me tell you, I had some comically bad relapses. The last one, I took my Mustang and drove up a fire break over up in Red Rock, the hills going over to Pahrump, and I I don't know what I was doing. Um, I fell asleep in my car and I ran it out of gas. So when I woke up, I was freezing, and I had to walk about 3 miles out of the mountains with no coat. I had found this little campsite on the way out, and I broke into it, and they had cameras in there, and so they saw me, and I was able to find a phone and call for help. And I found a bottle of vanilla extract. And I drank that shit, and it got me right. You know, I was good to go for that. Oh man, and I guess so Christina rescued me and drove me to a detox. Um, and I guess the people that had that campsite saw me on video, and they decided not to press charges because of, I guess they found out I was in rehab or whatever, and they're like, okay, you know, like uh, that was, Jesus Christ. And then my Mustang, I have a beautiful Mustang, it was stuck up there in the mountains for like weeks, and we went up there, we went up there to go get it, and right as we went to go get the car, there was another car parked up there looking at it. And they're like, what the fuck is this car doing up here? Just like sitting out here in a fire break. So I got up there right before somebody decided to steal it. I still have the car. It's in my driveway. It's beautiful. But the point is, all that's irrelevant. The point is, I went back, tried again. Eventually, I got it. It took. I wasn't one of those guys that got it on the first try. Let's put it that way. Uh, my BMI is 27.4, body weight 86 kilograms. Yeah, Christina, yeah, that wasn't fun at all. I mean, we can laugh about it, but that was actually really bad. That was a bad deal. It's a 2009 GT and it's modified 007. It's got a, so that's putting right under 400 horsepower to the rear wheels, which for a 4.6 isn't too bad. It's naturally aspirated. We have it set up to we're gonna put an Edelbrock supercharger on it. It's got everything it needs for that. My body fat was 16% in my young days. I want to say I'm pretty I'm pretty lean right now. I want to say I'm like 12%, somewhere around there. Also, the key thing to remember: you don't need to burn calories you don't eat. Manon Skiwat, in how many days? I don't know about this conversation. Steven Sullivan, glad you survived. uh, 007, do you drag it? We used to. I stopped doing it though because we're still making payments on it, and it occurred to me that destroying a car that the bank owns is not a great idea. But now that we got it paid off, um, it's basically it's my wife's now. It's like she's the one that wants to put the supercharger on there. I was originally thinking turbo, and she's good too. She knows how to drive that sucker. She likes to get in freeway races though. She's got a thing for picking on Nissan 370s. Because it honestly, except for the 305s in the rear, it looks pretty stock. So it's kind of a sleeper. The exhaust gives it away, but other than the noise it makes, it looks pretty plain, nothing fancy. It's got 373 in the rear. The rear end, it's got a Tremec 5-speed. We did a lot of work to the drivetrain. We took a lot of weight off of it. We gutted it, so it's let's say we took like 300 pounds off of it. The only problem with the Mustangs is they're front heavy. So you got to be careful when you do weight reduction because a lot of it comes off the rear wheels and that actually makes the problem worse. So I put 305s on it, which are like Corvette tires. Did anybody else drink vanilla extract when they were in high school? Dude, it'll mess you up. Gay Chicken Champion 2015. Nice. Did you get to serve with the French Foreign Legion, Stephen Sullivan? No, we did Royal Marines though. Thanks, it's cool that you guys are into cars. Yeah, we are. My wife's particularly into Mustangs. Any year she could tell you everything about them. If I could have any Mustang, it would be a 350 GT, and I'm not sure which year I like the best, but I love Chevys too. All cars. I love all cars. Thank you, any absent Jarl. I think it's lighting. I'm really not that big. I got good lighting. That's very strategically placed. How many times should a cardio or resistance training in a week? And it really depends on your goals, man. And what are you trying to accomplish? Like for me, I'm powerlifting, so I don't really need to do a lot of cardio. I just need to maintain my weight class. Where are you streaming from? We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. In this beautiful facility. 5 stars. It has all the accoutrements. We got a bar and you put the weights on it. And then you go up and down with them. And someone was giving me shit about my weights looking like shit. I'm like, they weigh 45 pounds. What else do you want in a weight? Okay, they don't look pretty, but they resist gravity. Hey, Strength, what's up? Favorite coffee brand? Brand. Oh, what was that? What was that blonde roast that we were drinking? They had Angry Joe's coffee, but he sold his business, and now it's there's this company that makes this blonde roast, and it's really mild, but it actually has like twice the caffeine of regular coffee. Can't remember the brand of it though. Dude, I drink any coffee. I drink like all the fancy coffees, hazelnuts and whatever. But I also drink like the sludge at 7-Eleven. You know, they have to scrape off the bottom of the pot with a spoon. You know, I don't care. Oh, is Prophet in the stream? What's up? Can you walk normally again? Dude, I'm hurting, bro. My legs have been screaming at me. Oh, dude, so I don't know if you saw my comment section, but some guy was telling me that doing the stiff leg deficit pulls that you turned me on to, that I was going to hurt myself and that I shouldn't do them that way. And he used all caps. And I'm a coach. And I'm like, oh, are you? Oh, Lord have mercy. Who are these people? John, man, you have nothing else. Doing something every day is more important than doing a lot only a few times a month. But doing a lot a few times a week, we'll still have really good results. Consistency, baby. 7-Eleven is awful, man. Not trying to be a crybaby about it, but they've upped their game. Recently, they have upped their game. They have fresh grounds. Strength. I am changed my name. I am Ali. Right on. The Currency Center. What's up? Good night, good morning. It's evening. What's your squat, Brandon? Right now I'd say like 660, 670. That's what I'm hoping to, if I don't get 650 in competition on March 15th, I will consider it a failure. Last time I blew my 3rd attempt. I had it though. I had the strength. I just came out of the groove. People who write comments like that on shorts have ass their NPCs. I know, dude. But it's like to be so adamant about your ignorance. You know, it's like you just know you're right. And you ask a simple question like, okay, tell me what you're basing that off of. Like, what exactly will happen to me if I continue to lift this way? Like, in your estimation, he said that if I continued to lift like that, I wouldn't be able to walk. And I'm like, chances are I'm probably older than you are, which means I've made it a lot farther in my lifting career than you have. So starting from that standpoint, like, let's talk about longevity. 650 on squat, yeah, that's what I'm hoping to get. That's if I don't get 650, I will consider this meet a failure. What's your opinion on natural bodybuilding versus enhanced? I don't really have one. I think a lot of I'm measuring my words before I say them. There's a lot of naturals that are very sanctimonious. uh, yes, oh yeah. So the national records is 650 on squat, 425 bench, 710 deadlift. I'm obviously going to get the total. The national record for the total is only 1650. I've got that beat. So I have a legitimate chance of making a clean sweep of the national records, but I would have to have the best day of my life to hit those numbers, all three of them. Possible? Yeah. Likely? But um, my dream was always to get a national record, and I'm going to at least get one of them. And the one I'm going to get is the best one, and that's the total. I think I can do squat. I really do. I think I can get the squat. I can squat and total, and possibly deadlift. It's not outside the realm of possibility. But man, I'm gonna have a good day. 710. I haven't been able to hold on and lock out anything above 685 in competition. I've dropped all of them. Every single one of them I've gotten almost locked out and dropped. So I'm gonna have to like. But I don't know. Have you ever hit something in the face in a situation? Have you ever hit something in the face in a situation? JDM. I don't know what you mean. Not natty, age 50, weight 220. That'd be me. You need to make sure your second is higher than your best total. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It really does. He pushed a guy into a bush. I told you that story. That was great. That's one of my favorite ones. You should see the look on the guy's face when I pulled his jacket over his head. He looked so fucking shocked. It was hilarious. He just knew. He's like, "Oh, I'm done now. Like this is happening." It was great. Adductors are the key. So I've been doing band squats, which is abductors. But I'm trying to think like where you're talking about like opening the hips so I could get in the hole properly, which is my key to hitting depth. Because if I don't, you know intimately well that when I have a lot of weight on my back, the one cue that I forget because of how heavy it is to open my hips, which causes me to not hit depth properly. So I have to remember that cue. Open your hips. Open your hips. I don't think about it when I'm at lighter weights because it just happens naturally. But when you've got 3.5 times your body weight on your back, you tend to stiffen up a little. It's a situation. So I got to remember, like I got to think the lift through. And the adductors, what would be an effective way, in your estimation, to train those for the purposes of what we're doing? The staggered stance, okay. Make sure one foot points left. I got a squat day Monday. Why did two people tell me he's Marines or married? I don't know. And the rest will solve itself. Yeah, so it's the same situation as last time, Prophet. Absolutely. Gotta do this gank machine. Met someone in the face like boxing. Well, I mean, I spar twice a week, kick Muay Thai. So I mean, I'm on video. You can look. I'm punching people in the face for fun and getting hit in the face, back a lot, a lot. But I mean, in like an actual situation, no, I would not use my. I've never squared up on somebody in a real fight. It's always been grappling, usually using brute force and some kind of like an arm lock or something of that nature. Mostly because I don't want to get hit in the head, and I'm not fucking with people, like, you know, especially if he's got something he can stab me with or whatever. So it's usually like we go for incapacitation. That's like you know, when, like what was his name? West Coast Wolverine was calling out my boxing skills, and he's like, "I kick his ass." Like, you thinking to fight him, I'm gonna fucking box you, you retard. Do you think squatting 7 hurts? Try stubbing your pinky toe. That's right. Any kind of any kind of squat with the toes out. Why do Marines say attention in a weird way? I don't know. Tradition? Even so, for me to sit back in my squats, it's about bar placement. I got to move the center of gravity up so that I sit back into them. Almost like a high bar, but not quite. I'm in 29 palms, 0627, about to start classes. Damn. Yeah, we did a lot of training in 29 palms. RDLs with the hip back are even more. Oh yeah, so I'm going to be doing a ton of those RDLs. We're going to be doing a ton of them. Why are sailors openly gay? Street fighting is stupid. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 007. Last time I was in a fight, it was like 2000 and, when was that? I want to say 2005, and that guy was high on drugs, and he just wasn't, like, it was a situation where I needed to intervene because he was assailing basically the clerk at a gas station. Any absent Jarl, are you gay? Only if the money's right. It's only gay if your dicks touch. Ego lift, what's up? All right. At least I'm not in the Navy. In the Navy, you can sail the 7 seas. In the Navy. My sisters used to say that all the time. Good memories. It's funny being in the Navy. Sounds pretty dope. Yeah, Navy's awesome, dude. My sister, well, I don't have the best relationship with them anymore. But my sister was in the Navy, and she's married to a gentleman who he was the commanding officer of the Monterey Language School. So he was up for admiral. So I think he got out before he picked up his star, though. I think he retired as a captain. We got a lot of family in the Navy. Christina's one of her cousins is in the Navy, and she's I want to say Master Chief, up for warrant officer. Mario Burgos, if you ever come to CT, I'm gonna hook you up with my Chinese massage therapist. Nice. You've got a set to do, indeed. Let me see what the reps are. 8. 290 for 8. Holy shit. Thank you, Robin. That's the only thing about these live streams is they're kind of fucking my program up. I have to remember to set my timer. I like 10 minutes. 6 minutes is optimal rest, but 10 minutes is like good. You don't need to warm up. You don't get cold. Anything more than 10 minutes, now you're running the risk of like injury. You're not warmed up anymore. And then you leave reps on the table that you would have gotten if you would have just lifted. It's not optimal training. Oh, my belt. Now I've been doing all these reps with like no leg drive. I don't know what I've got. A little hitch in my giddy up. Not setting up properly. And that's good for hypertrophy. Training without leg drive is perfectly fine. But I need to be able to get leg drive if I want to get a good lift on game day. Oh, shit. Damn it. Failed on the 8th rep. 290 for 8. What do the instructions say? Inputs. If you ever failed a required rep, reduce your max by 2.5%. So, take 405. What is 2.5% of 405? Let's see, 9 pounds. So I got to reduce 9 pounds. But I failed on the 8th rep. I was supposed to get 8. Like right there. Kind of right on target. So should I reduce the weight or no? You might have to direct 3% off your intended weight for the bench. So I'm okay. So I'm going to do it then. The chat has spoken. I need to reduce my weight. So that makes this set. My last working set is now 295 for 6 to 8 reps. I gotta add 5 more pounds. I gotta put the weight back first, though. Show you a little trick. My collar's at. Where's my good collars? In the Navy. Still the 7 sea. In the Navy. There you go. This is a pretty cool program, though. The spreadsheet does everything for you. It tells you what to do if you don't get your reps, how to make adjustments. And that means tomorrow I have to hit 285 for max reps. And if it's 6 to 8, maybe 280 after the first one. Oh, well, according to that 3%, that's 10 pounds. And that's the math they came up with. John, why would you tell us something you're not going to do? You sound real secure. Maybe, are you having a conversation with someone else? Am I missing out? Feathers equals ruffled. I sure ruffled John's feathers. Oh, you guys are arguing with each other. Using my words is not as laborious for me as it is for you. I'm going to stay out of this one. Remember when DT used to call Charlie's bench a half bench? You know, he did that with a flat pack and slow negative. Does DT still give me? Well, actually, him and I think we're on good terms. I haven't talked to him in a while. Actually, I'm pretty flexible. Did you win the competition and set the record? No, it's not till March 15th, Dayton. Bubba is 100% correct. I have done this before. Okay, I'm in a. There's couple different conversations going on here. My boyfriend's hotter than you. Making me feel weak. That's funny because I feel like I failed because I missed that last rep, and he's like, "That's." I guess I mean it's still 290 for 7.5. Way back when you hit your best benches. Yeah, that was before I fucked my shoulder up, and we're not doing that shit ever again. Did you fight in any wars? Well, I was artillery, so big guns. Have gun will travel. 155 millimeter howitzers. They had some much. Are you saying when I was benching back before I injured my shoulder, I had better range of motion than I do now? Because I work out with a camber bar a lot, which extends the range of motion about 4 inches, and I do it on an incline. So I have a 4-inch incline with a 4-inch camber. I kind of rotate though. I don't know if you've noticed. I rotate between the camber bar, the power bar, and the football bar. Extension of the back and shoulder. Oh, okay. Should I start lifting or get implants to get rid of my flabby man knockers? I don't know what implants would do for you, Bubba, but maybe you could play with them. That'd be fun, like stress relief. You could just kind of squeeze them. Where can we watch you compete live? I wouldn't miss it for the world. They will be streaming it on YouTube, and I'll get the address for it. I might actually stream myself. I'm gonna add. The only thing is, if I do a live stream, it's pretty fucking boring most of the time. So I won't be. I don't know how that'll work. I'm thinking about live streaming though. I mean, at least it'll be on. You know, you guys can watch if you want. If you get, if I'm warming up. Well, I guess I could bring the camera with me. Yeah, maybe I will. I'm gonna see about doing that. I'll see about live streaming. Where can we? Let's see. Dentists in the military are great. Mine took out all of my wisdom teeth in one shot. Gave me a huge bottle of Percocets and sent me on my way. That was back before the crackdown on opioids. And they wonder why we're all drug addicts. Here's a big bottle of pills. Don't drink with these. Of course we're going to drink with them. Sleeps. Party with Artie. That's right. M1908, 155 millimeter howitzer, and then they started upgrading to the M777s, and then Romeo Battery. So 5th Battalion, 11th Marines is now a HIMARS battalion, so that's rocket artillery. I just started wearing a bra. No disrespect, did you get the silver bullet? No, I never. I never fell out. They showed us that thing though, and I was like, oh, okay. The silver bullet is if you ever fall out or heat casualty, they jam that thing up your ass because it measures your internal temperature. Synthol, bro, can't go wrong. Does anybody actually use synthol? I can't even imagine. Thanks, Dayton. I appreciate that. One more closer to 7,000. Do you top you bowls with Keith? Do you top you bowls with Keith? Bobby. I don't know what that is. You got perks for your wisdom teeth. Yeah, big ass bottle, like 60. I mean, there's no way that happens now. And you can't even, dentists won't even prescribe you pain pills when they do root canals. Here you go, have some Motrin. Like, oh, great, thanks. But Christina does. Yeah, well, I mean, she kind of had to. But even Christina, she got her surgery. She still had to make a appointment with a pain specialist. Like, it's really highly regulated now. Mike, bro, please help me. Arm injury. I can't take anything. Anything mind altering. I can't have opioids. None of that. So if I get surgery, I can't. I'm done. I gotta suck it up like a man. Hey man, I partied too hard and now I gotta pay the price. What's wrong with your arm, Mike? G Main, gonna go to a junkie with a back problem walking around, guaranteed they have perks. Yeah, dude, I mean, in construction, all you gotta do is, they have anything you want on a construction site. A lot of those guys, they go down to Mexico and they come back from the pharmacies, like, they got everything. But it doesn't matter. I still can't, I can't go near any of that stuff. I remember when I broke my femur, they put me on morphine drip and never felt better. Yeah, I was in recovery and I got some kind of meningitis. Christina, you remember when they gave me the spinal tap? I was in so much pain. I didn't know where I was. Everything was blurry. My head felt like it was going to blow up. When I got to the hospital, the doctor says to me, I will give you morphine for your pain, but only if you let me do a spinal tap. And I was like, whatever you gotta do, man, I'll stick it in myself. She was like, oh, okay, this guy's for real. I didn't know what a spinal tap was. I mean, I knew what it was, but like I never experienced it. And then they gave me morphine, and I'll tell you what, my disposition changed dramatically. I was in a pretty good mood. I was in that room quarantined by myself because I thought I could be contagious. And I watched all 4 seasons at the time of Walking Dead in a row. That's all I had was a little TV. And I was high as a kite the whole time. I'm like, you know what? I can get used to this. Might be ready for that set. Any knowledge on PPC 15? No, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, probably. Just a couple more minutes. PPC 157. When I blew my shoulder out, I took BPC 157 to TB 500, and it got me good enough to do a second attempt at IPL Worlds, where I was able to get a 350-ish pounds. And then my third attempt, which I should not have gone for, my arm came out of the socket. But luckily the spotters caught the weight. I blew my arm out about 2 or 3 weeks before competition, and by all rights, I should have not been able to compete. I should have been done. So I blasted myself with TB 500 and a BPC 157 and just a shot in the dark. And did some rehab lifting for a couple weeks, and I was able to at least finish the meet, and I got second place with a. Did I get a 1,600-pound total that meet? I don't know. I still got a silver medal though. I still placed second. And then my wife's using that for her hip injury rehab. 305, 1 and 2, front squatting, 285, 1 tomorrow. Damn. Front squats. You boys and your front squats. So good that there are more gay dudes on the app. Noah. I had a smart ass comment, but I'm going to keep that to myself. Just because we're all friends here. Are you Canadian or American? How dare you? do Canadians have Marines? I know they got what does Dudley do right? He's a Mountie, right? Let's go to your channel here. Let's check you out. Nice. No, I'm American. You finished the meet often. I've completed every competition I've ever lifted in. I had endocrinitis and waited too long to go to the hospital. Now I have arthritis in my joints from the infection. What would you recommend? Oh, geez, man. I don't know. See, that's a tough one. Nothing I could answer in short. I'm like, hey, Christina, my wife. My wife could probably help with that. Talking about the other guy in the chat. Oh, okay. What's your favorite type of cardio? In the bedroom with my wife Christina, we have a routine we like to do together. They have snowflakes named Trudeau. Question about endocrinitis and the infection caused arthritis. What would you do about that? What could you do about arthritis, scarring of that type? How would you work around that? Would you just are we talking about pain relief, or what effects is the arthritis causing you besides obviously pain? This kid Brandon was asking a question I was answering. Steroids Online Canada. Okay. How is that considered cardio? Oh, my poor innocent EN. He has yet to know the touch of a woman. Are the ATACMS missiles that effective in Ukraine against Russian positions? What's your opinion on that? As an old Army guy, well, I mean, you remember the ATACMS? That was Steel Rain, right? Those take out an entire grid square, but that's an old technology. But the Russians suck. I mean, think about their tactics: human waves and just putting all their equipment together. And the ATACMS would be perfect for that scenario. What kind of cardio do you do? It's tiring. It's definitely cardio. lab tested. Yes. Well, how can you really be sure? I mean, it's unregulated. So, if it's not FDA approved, there's no way to prove with 100% certainty that you're getting the real thing. But what you can look at is the reviews. You know, is it if, for example, if a page is set up, it's got nothing but positive reviews, and you've noticed that there's like a couple, like 1,000 of them. They all say the product's great, and there's no detractors. That's suspicious to me. Not one person that had a problem with customer service or nothing. Um, you get a company like Pure Peptides where they've got, you know, several thousand reviews, and you can kind of go through and see what kind of customer experience people have had. Generally positive, and then how is the customer service when there is a problem? Do they respond? Yes, no. I mean, does that still guarantee you're getting a good product? No. The only way to guarantee that you're getting a good product is when you get it, you have to have it tested yourself. Most people aren't going to do that. But with this company, we've had reasonable results, like good. Do you both do a circuit routine for cardio? Oh yeah, we do a circuit routine. Kind of like yoga, lots of poses and positions. My shoulders click. It's like the cartilage got eaten away from the infection. So I guess what I could do to get some cartilage back. I don't want to lay bro science on you. It's like I can tell you, like I've had good results from taking collagen peptides and things like conjointrin, but uh, uh, I think that's pseudoscience. Like I don't know if that shit actually works or if it was like the placebo effect, but I had good results from it. It got rid of the pain in my knees and the inflammation. Has it been 10 minutes already? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that last second, I don't want to. Give me a second. I'll be right back. And then I'm going to hit this. Here we go. 6 to 8. Can he do it? So I never understood why any of those guys complained about my bench because like I've always stated like I'm doing this to compete. Like I don't really care if they like my bench form or not. Clean the lens here. I feel like I'm getting glare there. Is that better? All right. Enough stalling. Yeah. When did I switch back to a regular bar? I rotate them. Whew. OG Boo Dirty. I could have got one more rep. I know I should have went for that last one. Christina, has he ever hit you? No, she's hit me though. She's popped me a few times. I can't say I didn't have it coming. Yeah, so Dayton, I rotate the power bar, the camber bar, which gives you better range of motion, better stretch. That's where I like to do most of my training, and then the football bar, which is kind of changes the grip up. It's safer for the shoulders, I feel, for the injury that I had. I feel a lot more stable with that grip. You walked into my fist. So T. Newstrom, let me guess. Wait, he said, I saw you deleted it, but let me guess what he said before I look at the comment. I can't remember. He says the same thing every time, but I can't remember what it is. Let me look. Oh yeah, the Hawk Tua girl. I wish I could find that funny, but it's like, okay. Glad you saved your energy not taking that last rep. Yeah, that was a good boy. Tomorrow the program wants me to bench max reps, an AMRAP. Let me see here. So drop the weight down to 285 max reps. And then on Monday, I go into linear OT, or linear max OT phase. So I'll be doing squats and deadlifts, 525 for 4 to 6 for 3 sets, and then we're gonna do what you recommended, which is point my foot out. And I might actually profit. I might actually compete with that stance. I'm thinking about like just doing that all the way up, or at least trying it to a heavyweight to see how I do with it. Because it's not illegal. There's no, you can they'll look at me funny, but it's not illegal. You can compete with that stance. Is the camera reversed? Yes. Yeah, and I don't know why it did. YouTube was they'd take the video and change it the right direction, but now they stopped doing it, and there's no settings in the setup for me to mirror the screen in the right direction. Moomin Rider. Okay, let me see here. So for accessories, barbell row, military press, lat pull down, optional exercise. I can't do rows and military press. So I guess I'll do lat pull downs with a close grip. 10, 8, 8. All right. Just turn the camera around. No, but then I can't see me. And I can't see the chat either. You'll see when you get there. Thanks, Charles. Doesn't have to look much different from your regular squat. I would just come up with the asymmetric angle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, rolling all the way through the rest of my training with that. Because that actually just solves the problem right there. I don't have to worry about opening up my hips. It just scares me when I get super heavy. I think I just need to get over the fear and just train with it. Because it fixes everything. It really does. Shawn Michaels wannabe. I think it's the other way around, but I just figured out who you remind me of. The poker player. Stay hard, hell yeah. Yeah. Yo, what up? Calvin Long. How's the Muay Thai fiend Fedley? I got my ass kicked a couple nights ago. This kid, he's 18 years old, 6'5", and I've sparred with him before, and I told him I knew he was holding back the last time we went, and it was a friendly bout, and I told him I actually said, hey, if you want to go a little harder this time, we could go. And he fucking, Jesus Christ, he just started wailing on me, and I'm like, holy shit. So at first I was just like I wasn't ready for it. I didn't realize he was gonna come fucking at me like a rhesus monkey. And he's long. His arms are long. His legs are long, and he kicks fucking hard. And as tall as he is, he doesn't even have to lift his leg that high to hit me in the face. So on camera, I look like a midget, like trying to go after this. I got inside. I got him. I started doing dirty boxing, and I got inside of him and started hitting him in the ribs and stuff. And he then started back, keeping distance between us. It's like when he realized that I could smother his strength, which is his long arms and legs. So if you're swinging a baseball bat, you hug the dude, he can't hit you with it, right? But I have it on video, and I'm gonna post it so you guys can see me getting tuned up. But I think I did pretty good. I survived the initial barrage, and then we were evenly matched after that. You get nervous before all of your heavy squats. Yeah, I got to be honest with you, I do. Anything above 600 is the walkout is it's tenuous. I take very cautious steps, and I stay pretty close to the rack. So if I have to bail, I can lean in and hit, and it'll ride down to the safeties. Haven't had to bail yet, but yeah, no, it's once I initiate the squat, I'm fine. But in competition, I hit right around 620 pounds, and I got it. That was great. I went for the record, which was around 650. And when I was coming up out of the hole, I came out of the groove, and I leaned forward a little bit, and I took a step, which instantly means the squat doesn't count. And the spotters grabbed the weight, and we got it racked, and it was fine. But it just got me thinking, like, damn, what if I didn't have a spotter and that happened? Is how I was thinking about it. Like, I don't know what would have happened. That's a lot of weight to have to bail on. But it's just one of those. Hey, nothing we do is 100% safe, right? You gotta you can go hide in the hole if you want, but we're here to fucking do great things. I'm not intimidated by your beard, buddy. Where are you going, Jagoff? That's a great name. Let's take your channel out. The desert is where lots of town problems are solved. I like this guy. My beard is soft. I use conditioner. Friendly family. Family-friendly guys. Yeah, try to be. Hey, brother, just sent you a message on Instagram. Hopefully we can finally chat about the back injury powerlifting. I'll check it out after the stream, Paula. Those shots to the ribs and sternum are discouraging for sure. All it takes is a nice one to the solar plexus. I did post a short. It's a 2-minute short, and you see the first opponent is him. He's fucking kicks me so goddamn hard. And I was like, God, Jesus Christ, we're sparring, dickhead. That's what I was thinking. Like, what the fuck? Can you see people's profile descriptions from clicking on their name? Yes. Yes, I can. The mental game is the hardest part. Brandon. Yeah, you click on the bubble and it goes right to go to channel activity, replace pin, message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, or add as moderator. I see your Valhalla, I see your Instagram message. We're not missing each other. The problem is I don't check Instagram as much as I should. I'm a lot of times when I get offline, I put my phone down and I leave it. So I got to get better at checking my messages. A lot of that's because I got, Christina, I got the kids. Like, they don't want me on the internet all night. So, rightfully so. All right, let's get this done. Oh boy. We're gonna do something a little bit different here, boys. Thinking. I'm gonna make a barbell rack. That is the Henson press. All right. G's go crazy though. Hey y'all, just got back from ushering the local hockey game. Nice. Kat, my sister. Can somebody build a decent physique with just push-ups? Yeah, I don't want to say no, but so Herschel Walker used to do in excess of 5,000 push-ups a day, but he would obviously not in a row. He would do sets of whatever until he got to that number, and he would often do them at different angles, standing on his head, just like push-ups in every variety imaginable. But he also used to do a lot of like pull-ups and back exercises. Same thing, body weight. And for his legs, he did a ton of sprinting. But essentially, Herschel Walker's ethos, philosophy, whatever, he didn't need a weight room. He could do everything using body weight exercises. But I would say push-ups are, by themselves, are incomplete. Can I have decent strength with calisthenics? Yeah, I mean, if you look at some of like the pros, calisthenic pros online, and they're jacked, a lot of those guys aren't natural either. They're on stuff too. You can get very strong with calisthenics. Valhalla, it's all good. That's we do as husbands and fathers. Yeah, when you hit me up, I had an alert pop up on my PC that you had messaged me. So, received. Yeah, you can have strength with calisthenics. For me, it's like, okay, juice worth the squeeze. What do you have to do to get to where you want to be? And so, let's say I only had 135 pounds. That's it. That's all I had, a landmine. I can get to hypertrophy. I can get to muscle failure. But at a certain point, I have to do so many reps and push through so much pain to get to the muscle failure that it's just easier to put another plate on there and make it heavier. But if all you have is all you have, that's what you work with. No excuses. For me, I used to find stuff that was heavy. Like I often tell people that my first bench press was a gas pipe with 4 brake rotors. How much do brake rotors weigh? I think they're about 25, 30 pounds. I don't know. But I threw 4 of them on there, and I'd find stuff like that. I used to curl 8-gallon water jugs, fill up buckets with rocks, and put a stick on my back and walk around like a yoke. Go to the playground and do pull-ups, using the railings to do dips and stuff like that. We just found a way. Sprints. So if you do hardcore sprinting, that's a really, really, really good leg exercise. If you look at like running backs in the NFL, they all have those big thighs and big old butts, kind of like me, because they sprint, but they also do a lot of squats too. How heavy do they go? I rarely see NFL players go more than 315, 3 plates. But the kind of exercising they're doing, it's a perfect amount of weight to get most things done. It's all good, brother. Let's see, the rotors on your Prius probably don't weigh about 3 pounds. Yeah. Well, these came off of what did they come off of? I want to say, was that the Tahoes? Yeah, it was the Tahoes brake rotors. Secondhand equipment too. Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I mean, everything I have is from estate sales. The only thing I bought brand new were the bumper plates that I needed so I could start doing like snatches and stuff. And I spent some money and bought proper barbells. I have a proper deadlift bar. I've got a power bar. I've got the camber bar. I spent money on barbells. But weights are weights. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter what brand it is. I appreciate your advice, for real. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. I mean, I hope I don't know if I feel like I'm not very helpful. I mean, it's like, but if you got something out of that, I appreciate it. Have you ever made cement weights, Steven? No, but I've seen it done. So you get a bucket, and it comes with basically a kit. You can order a kit to make them. So the bucket is the appropriate size, and it has a line where you fill the mortar to, so it's the right amount to weigh whatever the weight is. And then in the kit comes some fiberglass reinforcement strands, and you mix it with the cement, and it's like it acts kind of like rebar. It reinforces the concrete so that if you drop it, it doesn't crack. Pretty interesting. They work. If you remember, like when COVID shut us down, there was tons of people buying those cement kits so that they could have something to lift, and they were, not the greatest thing in the world, but again, you work with what you got. They even came with a little metal collar that sits in the middle so that the cement dries around it, and it's like that way when you put it on the bar, it doesn't scrape the shit out of it. Steroids shrinks ball, y'all. Thank God, David. I swear to God, when I'm working on a job site and they get all sweaty and they stick to the side of your leg, it's like, ugh. Now I don't have to worry about that. Hell yeah. It's probably cheaper than real weights. Way cheaper. Yeah, you can get those kits for next to nothing. Bat wings. So, David, do you have any other priceless anecdotes to drop on us? We're all ears. Okay. Your pearls of wisdom. Got Dr. David Bowles in the chat. Don't let me down. Come on. Yeah, well, he was just probably on the shitter, passing through, scrolling. David Bowles was here. Deep Thoughts by David Bowles. Steroids shrinks balls, y'all. How fun is San Diego? Last time I was there was great. I love San Diego. San Diego's awesome. Imperial City, Imperial Beach. Where we used to hang out down. Where was that little roller coaster by the beach off of Coronado? I want to say. We used to go down there like every weekend. God, I can't remember now. Well, Oceanside, yeah. I mean, we used to just hang out at the pier, like a bunch of bums, doing drugs at the amphitheater at Oceanside Beach, and going, walking the pier all the way out to the restaurant at the end. So I've slept under that pier a few times. Those days are not the greatest. If you're gonna be homeless, San Diego's not a bad place to be. All right. Let me get at it. So essentially, what I'm doing here is obviously I have my choice of lat pull downs, barbell rows, or a row of some sort, and an overhead press. What I'm doing is an extreme range of motion behind the back press, coined the Hansen press by Hans Moomin and Prophet. I believe Prophet Fear does these as well. And this is not a beginner lift, nor is one that I recommend anyone just try without a little bit of direction, because there's a technique to it. It's an extreme range of motion, and if you start with an appropriate weight and work your way up from that, it will absolutely bulletproof your shoulders, and on top of that, it works the entire shoulder, so you get awesome hypertrophy from it as well. A lot of people see this lift and they're like, oh my God, you're gonna hurt yourself. And I was like, no, dumbass, I've already hurt myself. This is how I fixed it. So this is a physical therapy lift, but it's got the added benefit of also having awesome hypertrophy benefits, because you are working your entire shoulder. And I was homeless for 6 during the winter when I was 22. Yeah, I just read about the sound. I was older than that because I got out of the Corps, and then I didn't immediately become homeless. I actually had a pretty good amount of money, and a little bit of a drug habit evolved from that. I was doing computer networking. I was a Microsoft certified system engineer, MCSE, and I was at the time making right out of the military $25 an hour, which was like awesome for 2003-ish. Making good money, good skills, lots of job opportunities. There was tons of. I was doing like a lot of the law offices down there by the San Diego Zoo in that area. What was that, Balboa Park? It's just like those streets that had all those the homes were turned into offices. They would set up like little networks. Our company would go and hook them up with internet and servers and shit like that, backup servers, domain controllers. But I also had a company card, and I could buy anything I wanted, like to put a PC together. And I started doing drugs, and I started using that to purchase things that I was not supposed to. Trade them for accoutrements, let's say. So just a matter of time before that bit me in the butt. I don't know, man. That was like, it seems like a lifetime ago, and it was. Things were so different back then. I went through so much. It's like, it's interesting to think about it. It's like, wow. Can you give us a handstand? I probably could, but I'm not gonna. You just posted a 31-minute video. Nice. Everybody check Ian Miller's page out. He's an aspiring bodybuilder and a soon-to-be Navy seaman. I'll put it in your mouths. It sucks that David Bowles didn't drop another pearl of wisdom on us. That's a bummer. God, San Diego. We used to go down Tijuana all the time. Man, those were the days. Revolution Avenue. Going to, what was it, Iguanas? What was that bar with the bus sticking out of it on the second floor. I tell you what, though, it was very expensive to live there. All right. How much miles can you run, Mohammed? I don't really know. I do combat sports for cardio. So like I got my heavy bags over here. But we also train at a Muay Thai gym. So a lot of the cardio I do is stuff like jump rope, calisthenics, that kind of thing. And then of course the sport itself is cardio. What the hell? Interesting. I have to put a collar on that. So now, when I do these rows, these are going to look pretty extreme, and the whole idea is I am trying to get a stretch. Legs straight and let it pull me down all the way through. I'm going to stretch those lats out. Feel that in your lower back, your L5. That works the whole shoulder. Whew. All right, it's 9:34. I'll do one more set. The longest I have run, though, 26 miles. That sucked. JT. Words of wisdom. How you doing, brother? What does that bar exercise do? I've never seen it that way. Um, it works the entire shoulder, and I used it to rehab after I blew my shoulder out trying to bench press 500 pounds with a slingshot. Ugh. It's called the Henson press. What's up, Hassan? It's basically an overhead press, but you're rotating your arms out. It gets the entire, hits all of your delts. It's literally is the perfect shoulder exercise. There's not one movement that hits as much of the shoulder at once as that movement. I'm so out of breath from doing the rows. Thanks for representing America. Hell yeah, always. What's up, Nick here? Am I gonna go down to my trunks and flex in that lighting? No. My max overhead press, I don't really know. I don't really try to max that out because it doesn't really translate very well to my bench press. But the other day I did like 185 for 5 reps. Nick Kerr, can I get a shout out? Absolutely. Oh, haha. That's stupid. Yeah, my rule is to ban anything that's racist or spamming. Flex for all the gay-ass men in the stream. He got you to say the N-word. Nah, not really. But yeah, he got me. It's like, what are you, 12? I said that to a kid, and he's like, yeah, I am. I'm like, oh, shit. I had to get rid of him because I'm not going to argue with a minor. You know what I mean? Like, oh, shit. Bruce Willis says Die Harder. Did you ban him or delete him? Actually, I'll just get rid of him. There. I hate banning people, but yeah, let's get rid of him. It's a bad look if I don't ban him. Because if anybody did come back and say, hey, look, he said the word. Really? Yeah, is that where we're at? Actually, I think with Trump in office, that's the level of stupidity and censorship is going to go bye-bye here soon. But we're still under the authoritarian rules of the far-left regime. So until that gets cleaned out, we're kind of going to follow the rules still. Freedom of speech is coming back, though. Monk 3636. But yeah, right now it's still tenuous. It's our job to speak up and do something about it. Ultra mega. Hell yeah. Jimmy. How did you vote for? I'm not even going to dignify that. I should ban you for asking that question. Do you ever pose? I just did. Right or left is way too divide and conquer. Yeah, I don't consider myself either. I would say I'm fiscally conservative and socially liberal. Like I'm a libertarian, bordering on anarchist. Less government, equal better. But I also believe, we gotta have a strong military, and like the federal government should exist to protect the country and solve disputes between the states, that kind of thing. But bottom line is the government's supposed to serve the people, and it stopped doing that many years ago. It serves itself, And if anything, we were well past the point where we should have risen up and overthrown the tyranny of, that dictates what we can say, what we can do, and how we can live our lives under the ruse of freedom. And people say that they're against capitalism. You don't even know what capitalism is because we don't live in a capitalist society. America's more socialist than a lot of socialist countries. We definitely have lots of entitlement programs, and I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that, but it's like everything's done under a ruse. Like why is our military overseas? Everywhere, the country's not transparent to its own population. And if you could say that we're supporting globalism and keeping free trade open, and if the United States ever did pull out of the world, all that goes bye-bye in an instant. But they don't tell people that. They don't understand. They say we're over there for, like, fighting for freedom and democracy. It's like, fuck off. No, we're not. But I don't know. I could spend hours talking about this shit, but being for or against is the biggest problem in this world. Well, no, there's nothing wrong with standing for something, but the problem. So when I took debate, when I was in debate in school, they would have a topic, and you would be presented with a topic, and you had to flip a coin to find out if you were going to argue for or against the argument presented to you, or the topic rather. So you had to learn to view both sides of an argument. You had to make an argument for both, for and against, because you didn't know if what you were gonna be arguing. And what that taught was free thinking. And a lot of the ideologically possessed, I like to call them, are very misinformed, and they have what's called contempt prior to investigation, meaning they're against something and they're not going to change their minds no matter what evidence you present them with. The January 6th riots are a good example. And there's people that literally believe Trump is Hitler because, CNN told them he was many, many times over. And they've done no investigating outside of that little bubble they're in. And that's the other thing is, like, social media puts us in bubbles because it makes us associated with like-minded individuals, and we don't tolerate anyone else's point of view. So what tends to happen is you wind up filtering yourself down to a group of people that only agree with you and have the exact same opinion you do. And these are the same people that thought that Kamala Harris was going to win in a landslide, because that little bubble, that's all the information they had, and they did no research outside of that. And the rest of us were all looking at him like, what the fuck where are you getting your information from? The January 6th is a perfect example. These people think that these people were terrorists, and they haven't seen the videos. We all saw the videos. We all saw the cops let them in the building. We all saw them go on tours. We saw the whole thing, the good and the bad, the part where they broke the window and the girl got shot and all that stuff was nothing compared to what happened in 2016 when Trump got elected, and they were literally burning the streets around DC like it was a war zone. I mean, they did probably billions of dollars worth of damage to small businesses. Cars were on fire. They had to call it fucking National Guard, and it didn't even make the news hardly, because why? Well, it's happening to a conservative. Who cares? It's not going to make the news. It's not newsworthy. Mostly peaceful protests for months. We saw fire bombings of police stations with people inside of it. I mean, these small communities lighting themselves on fire, and highways blocked, and people dying, because they couldn't make it to the hospital because the traffic was stopped by these fucking morons. And yet they had the audacity to say that the January 6th riots were the worst thing since 9/11. Give me a fucking break. But these people are in bubbles. That's the information they're presented with. It's they believe it, because they know nothing outside of it. And how do you get through to somebody like that? Somebody that's so possessed by their ideology that they can't even handle dissenting viewpoints. They can't even be presented with opposing viewpoints. It hurts them. It's violence to them. Fucking snowflakes. They're not capable of tolerating any kind of discomfort. We're raising our nation of pussies. This is why I'm proud Ian's joining the Navy, even though I give you a lot of shit. You're doing the right thing, kiddo. We gotta harden our men up. And I'm not talking about the fashion of the clothes they wear. It's like the attitude of being strong, assertive men who take the lead and do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Because they're going to get a reward for it. You know, these people that give away money to get views on TikTok, I want to slap the teeth out of all them little assholes. Can you make a pose of your arms? You have them huge. Back to life. Back to the reality. Sorry, I don't know where I went there for a minute. I'm not much of a poser. You're a poser. We were watching silly chicken videos. Hell yeah. Do you have any advice to the young people? Oh, yes, speak up, take charge, learn about your opposing viewpoint, learn about your opposition. That thing you are against, learn about it. Try to see the point of view from your opposition. Because I can empathize with viewpoints that I'm against. I can see where they're coming from. And don't be afraid to talk to people you disagree with. And just assume that everyone you talk to knows something you don't. We can learn from everybody. You know what I mean? And I try. I'm everyone's friend. Until you give me a reason not to be. That's why you didn't pursue journalism. Yeah, that's the other thing is journalism's become what's the word? Engrossed by ideology. It's not journalism anymore. It's activism. These people are political idealists, or they're the news is fake. But what you can do is you can go to different news sources and kind of aggregate an opinion. I get a lot of what my worldview from YouTube, believe it or not, because there's so many videos from the left, from the right, from the middle, from different sources, and you kind of like get an idea of like what's actually going on. I mean, there's a lot of conflict in the world that they're not even reporting on. There's a lot of stuff going on that people aren't even aware of, and we're watching videos of it happening. The weight is not that heavy because I'm doing some really extreme lifts. These are lifts you don't want to go super heavy with because you could hurt yourself, but they're really awesome. I'm doing rows pretty heavy. That's let me see, that's 100 and it's 200 pounds on the row, and I'm going to put a little bit more weight on there. Ideology is ideology. If someone thinks that they're above, the low is a different thing. Yeah. And that's it. That's the other thing. Is like, no matter what you believe, there's nobody better than anybody else. Jonathan Dwight Jones, what's up? Oh, body weight. Well, I weigh 220 pounds. Hillary Clinton is above the law. Apparently, used campaign money to. Oh, dude. I mean, we've all watched her commit crime after crime after crime for years and years and years, and nobody does a thing. And I don't expect anything to be done about it. But if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen under Trump's watch for sure. What work do you do to keep your bench press so clean and add weight? Let's see, what I learned wars is political killing for politics needs to stop. I gain nothing from it. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. That's a complicated question, Marlon. I mean, essentially I could say progressive overload, but if you want to know the program I typically follow when I'm not competing, it's the Wendler 531, essentially. It's a good program. It's linear, God, wow, I lost my words. You make gains linear with undulating periodization. So you rotate the rep ranges, but it's a linear program. but that's not linear. Kind of like West Side. Very confusing, but simple. Essentially, I bench for right now. I'm benching 3 times a week for a short period of time, and then I'll be following a normal powerlifting program for a couple of weeks, and then I go into a peaking where I do super heavy, low rep, and then I'll have a week off, and then I compete. 225. So if you're just starting out with the bench, I got you. I'll give you the program I used. Starting strength 5x5. I think everybody starting out should do the 5x5. You have 5 lifts. In order: squat, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, barbell row. Those 5 lifts, and you can add dips and pull-ups to that if you like. You do the 5x5 for a solid 6 months. You're gonna be well-rounded, awesome physique, good base of strength. You'll hit that 225 for sure. Does your size have any disadvantages with jiu-jitsu? I don't know. I don't like jiu-jitsu. Obviously with Mick Maps, the Marine Corps martial arts, they did a lot of that's derived from jiu-jitsu. So we did a lot of rolling around with other men, and it's just not a great time for me. But I actually was pretty good at grappling. And my strength was definitely a huge advantage, especially if you know how to conserve energy. Neutral grip is superior. For what? The bench press? What are we talking about? Neutral grip. I started out, I did taekwondo, kendo, kickboxing, and, regular orthodox boxing, well, Mexican boxing actually. And then now I'm doing Muay Thai. I did Mexican boxing. I trained under Coach Paul Mayorkin. He's a fucking asshole. Like the golden era when lifting weights was basic and not so complicated. Too many different opinions these days. Yeah, I'm a really simple lifter, dude. Honestly, I'm a barbell guy. I do 5 lifts, basic, linear, I basically do 1 set to failure. That's it's like I use the Wendler 531 to program the weights I'm working with, but instead of doing all the volume and accessories, I just take 1 working set to failure. Essentially, that's my program. In a nutshell. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but basically that's what it is. Well, there you go. What is Mexican boxing? Mexico produces a lot of fighters, and they have their own style, and it's pressure. It's constant pressure, lots of combinations. You never let up, and you're always attacking. That's basically, I don't know if you watch like Canelo fight or it was Chavez, Julio Cesar Chavez would be a good example. Golden Boy, what's his name? They have it's just the way, like the Philippines, like Manny Pacquiao. He would be considered a Mexican style boxer because he trained under Freddie Roach, and Paul Mayorkin was on his team too. So he's got that pressure style of relentless, just De La Hoya, yeah. And then you got there's just like different styles. There's guys that float around, dance around the ring, and they're very pretty to watch. And Mayweather, he's got the Philly shell, all defense. But Mexican style boxing is like they take a beating though. That's the problem. Is they just beat the crap out of each other, and nobody gives up. Someone's dying tonight. You know what I mean? That's the attitude they have. I felt like a punching bag. I'll tell you what. And Muay Thai is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. I've been doing it a little over a month now, and it's way better. I love it so much. So much easier. Like even like we don't wear headgear because the guys know not to just like take your head off. with boxing, we were gloves and headgear every night, and it was just like, here we go. All right, this is my last set, and I gotta get the hell out of here. You want to get a really good hamstring stretch. Pull all the way. Oh, hell yeah. Throw it. Pull those lats. Jesus Christ. Stretch the back, stretch the hamstrings. Ah. Phew. Yeah, leg day's Monday. I'll be squatting 550 for reps. Phew. Oh, Clint, you can't say that because you can't squat half of what I can. And I know that without even looking at you. You know how I know I squat more than you? Because I do. You're gonna tell me, someone that can squat 3.5 times his body weight, that I need to work legs. Okay there, fatso. What can you even hit 315? Yeah, baby. Well, on that note, that fucking some fat douchebag. Way to end it. Thanks, guys. I just had a lady walk on my back. Ooh, that sounds lovely. I need to hit legs, but did something to my calves and can't train them now. Yeah, it sucks. Mine are sore, but it's mostly from no, it's from this stupid fucking program I'm doing. The volume's crazy. I did 500 for a set of 8 yesterday or the day before, and then previous to that I did 490 for a set of 10. OG Devin, hell yeah. So I'm like slinging some massive weights for reps. I mean, like a 500-pound squat's not that heavy, but But when you try to do 8 of them, it's terrifying. You know. Ex-military, yeah, Marine. No, I'm not. Once a Marine, always a Marine. And I'm a power lifter, so I don't really care about if my legs get big or not. I don't give a shit. As long as I can squat 650 pounds, who cares what my legs look like? But my wife seems to like my butt, so wow. That's the only thing that's important. You always just go on other dudes' pages and comment about what they look like? Is that a thing? I guess it is. If you're sitting on the toilet, you're like, I feel like being a dick for no reason. I like your style, though, so I hope you stick around. Clint, you're welcome here anytime, buddy. A few days before I got that cramp in my thigh, but it only lasted. You're getting cramps? That would be concerning to me. You're getting cramps. Well, guys, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to have to get going. Read my previous comment. A few days before that, I got a cramp in my thigh, but it only lasted barely a day. I got a major cramp in my calf, and several days later, it's swollen and major pain. Dude, you need to go see a doctor. I'm not even joking. The one before that, I need to hit legs, but it's something in my calf, and I can't train them now. I mean, that's what I thought. I did read that, though. Did I miss something? But shoot, sounds like pinched nerves. Yes, but here's the thing. Cramps could be a symptom of a lot of things. Some of them are minor. Some of them are really bad. That's why I've always suggest going to a doctor and just getting checked out. Because, yeah, so if it's swelling up, I mean, like, when are you getting these cramps? Like, what's happening when they happen? What's up, Bill? From Kentucky. I'm asleep and wake up, so it happens at night. Yeah, so it could be something as simple as a magnesium deficiency, but it could also mean that you're having problems with your kidneys. That's why you need to get checked out. Now, I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but I would rule it out. You know, it could be just a basic, electrolyte deficiency, which is not uncommon, especially with lifters. It's really common for guys on PEDs to get cramps like that, especially on certain like Anadrol or it's reported a lot on Trenbolone or stuff like that. That's not uncommon, and that's symptomatic because that causes downstream issues, which is new. Electrolyte deficiencies, things of that nature, or your heart actually damaging your kidneys. But I definitely would get that. I would just get it checked out because it could be something really, really solvable. So if it's not something major, it's something minor, and they could solve it for you. What I would suggest is start taking multivitamins: zinc, calcium, magnesium, vitamin D. What's the other one? B12, B6, B3. But zinc, magnesium, calcium, and D3 are definitely like the ones I would absolutely take. How much protein do you, to fix cramps, incidentally, specifically for that? How much protein do you eat approximately a day? I have like a 3-to-1 protein-carb ratio. Oh, potassium. I'm sorry. The other one was potassium. How old are you? 5050. I'm on a lot of vitamins all the time, and I have been neglecting taking vitamin C recently. Well, there's something to think about. There is also the flip side to that, which sometimes we overdo vitamins, and that can cause problems too. A lot of people, if you have too much potassium, that horrible cramping. Too much potassium will do you'll want to die. That hurts so bad. Um, you have to get your life together. Max bench. All-time 425, currently right around 405. Hoping to get that up. You get that mega chest. Yeah, I guess it's good lighting. Thanks, NPC. I appreciate that. All right, guys, I got to get off stream, but I just when you said you were cramping, that's serious. Like, I want you to get that looked at. You got to get that fixed. That's horrible. Like, I've had that before. It's terrible. Like, my pain. I am empathizing with you. You're waking up in the middle of the night and your legs just like knotted up so bad you can't. Oh my God, it hurts so bad. Oh, why God are you doing this to me? It's like, oh, it's so bad. It's so awful. And then trying to crawl out of bed so you can stretch your leg out and you can't. And it's just like, you just want to fucking cut. Like, somebody kill me, please. Oh, it's terrible. It's horrible. It's like the worst thing in the world. And that's like the first thing I would do is I would limp my ass to the vitamin cabinet. I would take potassium, zinc, magnesium. And it has the pill it's made with calcium, so that's in it. And that would usually mitigate it. So it's telling me that there's an electrolyte imbalance. Magnesium normally being the culprit, but sometimes it can be potassium. Cramps suck. Like real ones. Like the ones like he's got that bruise him. It gets so tight, you're literally tearing your muscle fibers to the point where it's internally bleeding. That's what a bruise is. Like, Jesus. It's like ripping the muscle off the bone. Magnesium is good at night. It can help you relax and sleep. Yeah, absolutely. Not too much, though, and you have other problems. Get those after football games when I'm sleeping. Yeah, so, like, think about it like football. What are you doing? Maximum effort. You're running as fast as you can. You're firing those quads. And when you go to rest, that's all those electrolytes have left you're imbalanced and maybe you didn't replace them properly, and that's typically what happens is we're nutrient deficient in something. It's not to say you're eating bad food, but we're not replacing all of the nutrients that we need, and then something just misfires, and it sucks. It's a bad deal. And I've lived it. I have lived it. It hurts me now thinking about it. But I just, again, want you to rule out that it's not an issue with your kidneys, because that's like that's cramping's a symptom of that, but that's not, cramping's a symptom of a lot of things, but you just want to rule out the bad stuff, you know what I mean? See the dude get a debilitating leg cramp during a wrestling tournament back in high school and shut down the tournament immediately. Oof, brutal. That is bad. Because, what do? The guy's just screaming on the floor and they can't do anything about it. It needs to work itself out. The only thing you can do is stretch the muscle and hope that it unlocks. And if it doesn't, what do? Yeah, it's bad. And in the middle of the night, it's the worst. Because you can't, like, especially if it's like when you move your leg, it cramps up, and you try to straighten it, it just cramps up. Oh my God, what do I do? Can't get out of bed. All right, guys, I gotta get off. Oh, I had fun tonight. Thank you guys very much. tomorrow I got a bench again. So I'll see you guys on the battlefield. I was thinking about live streaming us making the chicken coop. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that, but if you guys are, hit drop a note in the comments. All right, guys. Later.